In the landscape of figure photography, one group strived for tangible and dynamic displays.
No time to explain. Get in the rows.
Y'all ready?
Yeah, let's go.
We are live, Bug.
Oh, we are live. Yes, sir.
We're officially back at it.
It's a rare condition this day and age to read any good news on the newspaper page. Love and tradition of the grand design. Some people say it's even harder to find. Well, then there must be some magic clue inside this gentle world. 'Cause all I see is a tower of dreams, real love bursting out of every scene. Days go by, it's the bigger love of the family.
The Articulated Comic Book Art Podcast is filmed in front of a live virtual audience and is funded in part by viewers just like you. Thank you.
Yes, sir. We're officially back at it. Bug Nice coming at you with the Articulated Comic Book Art Podcast, episode 268. 268. Yes? No?
286.
286.
286.
Come
I'm
on,
your host,
brother.
Bug Nice. Got my boys with me. Fabster, Rick Dom, Pan Cheesy is here in astral form. He may show up at some point. But we back Friday night show. Truthfully, we were supposed to actually have some guests on tonight, but it did not work out, and hopefully we will be able to reschedule with these guests. We're not even going to mention who the guests were, but we here. We do got news to talk about. We didn't talk any news on Wednesday because we had Stradamus Prime on. He was talking Street Humans, which is his Kickstarter that is running right now with maybe 9 days left, I guess.
And actually longer because he extended it.
Did he?
November 5th, baby.
Remember, the 5th of November.
All right, we got an extension on Street Humans. We have the HasLab Giant Man going right now with 3 days left. And I don't see an extension in sight for Giant Man, but
No.
we'll see what happens. It seems like they're pulling out some tricks out the bag. We'll talk about that.
I'm seeing just the wildest takes.
Yeah, a lot of wild takes with Giant Man.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, how you boys doing in the past 48 hours? What have you done? And let's keep that brief though. Let's move it to the news.
I was telling you guys before the show, like I think Wednesday was the first day that I was like kind of back to normal. Like I was all weekend and into like Monday, Tuesday, I was just wiped from having seen, all those bands that I won't even mention again because that'll take time. But yeah, needless to say, a week straight of fucking shows is a lot. My ears were ringing, even though I had earbuds and all that. So kind of feeling all the way back to normal now, and gonna just be playing a lot of catch up on OcTOYber shots today, the rest of today, and this weekend. So that's
excellent,
cool.
Excellent. Rick,
sold some stuff to a local shop too. So all this OcTOYber had me digging in the bins, dude. I spent for the Pixel Power shot, dude. I went through like 4 of my bins looking for one damn TV prop that I knew I had somewhere, and I tore everything apart, and then found it, did that shot, and then when it was time to like clean up and everything, I was just like, yeah, I got to take a couple days to put everything back in order before I start making a mess again. So
it was in the bottom bin or
dirty,
what?
huh?
Dude, it was buried. Like I have these drawers in my closet that like just don't open quite all the way, so I had to like rearrange the closet to be able to move them to get the thing to open all the way, and then sure enough, it was back there.
Yeah, my back to formula shot I didn't even get to do because I couldn't find the right accessory.
Mm-hmm.
Just
but in doing all that, I found just a bunch of stuff that was in bins that I was able to take to a local shop here. Shout out to Cape and Cowl Collectibles. Got a nice little
Cow Collectibles.
Triple C.
I almost went to your old fling. Almost went to your old fling's place. I drove by Comic Bug.
Oh yeah.
And I almost went there, but I just didn't have the time. I tried to maybe we should go in there, but we just didn't have the time.
Yeah, we actually before we went to Baby Metal and Death Clock, we were trying to go to Cape and Cowl, me and Kyle, and like it was closed. They're just closed Wednesdays, and we didn't realize. So on the way to Inglewood to YouTube Theater, we stopped at Comic Bug, and like, you know, it's solid. They don't have like the craziest selection. It's a lot of the newer stuff, but they had a real nice Super 7 selection, and Kyle was pleased to see that. They had like one kind of display table, and he's like, "Yeah, I like designed all the stuff on that table over there." They were like, "Yeah, that's cool, man. Super 7 stuff moves here, man. It doesn't last long."
I got a real bone to pick with one Kyle Wadiga, because we all know we know that he owns and operates Super 7. He has all the power in the world, so I'm upset with him.
Oh, okay.
I cannot believe that this week everybody's getting their ODB figure, and it wasn't at New York Comic Con. Who fumbled that bag?
Yeah,
I don't know what happened.
They really only do the exclusives for sale at any of the cons.
Oh, but still, man, that's special. That's New York ODB.
He looked more articulated than I expected. I mean, I didn't expect it to be really that articulated at all. It was more kind of like a novelty thing, and just you know, it's Wu-Tang. Wu-Tang's for the kids, baby. A.C.B.A is for the kids.
Yeah, maybe they got a favorite for Long Island Comic Con.
I really wish that figure was one where they would have worked with CJ and given him a cloth shirt. But you know, I'll take it. I'll fucking take it. Give me an MF Doom that doesn't have a cloth shirt either. I don't care. I'll take it. But I can't wait to get that. I didn't order through Super 7. None of us did, right? For ODB.
No, I think ordered mine through BBTS. Yeah.
I did BBTS, so I don't know when I'm gonna get charged for that. But it would have been nice to have seen that at the show. That would have been such a cool little like New York thing.
Yeah, I don't know how they didn't navigate that, how they didn't quarterback that.
If I had to guess, it's because their warehouse that they ship out of when things are in stock is in literally out here in Napa Valley, Rick. So it would have still been a question of getting it there. You know,
that is such a
maybe it just
such a strange.
It's a missed opportunity though, because I could see a lot of people that are not even really like, I don't know, figure collectors at all. Just New Yorkers that would have just picked that shit up if it was at the con, you know?
Right.
Yeah, they would have walked by, seen it, like, and it could have been like a first release, like, you know, at New York. It would have been cool. It would have been cool.
I'll play devil's advocate. I think Super 7 was trying to do NECA a solid because they wanted that Ghostface Takes Manhattan to be the hottest exclusive of the show, and it was.
There you go.
No.
No, it wasn't.
They're thinking of Randy.
What did you guys see in the last week or so? We didn't actually discuss that in the past few episodes.
I was traveling. So I have not seen anything. Yeah,
I did watch.
Loki is pretty solid.
Yeah, I've heard Loki's been pretty good. I got to go back. What is it? 3 episodes in right now or 2?
I think 3. Yeah, it just had the 3rd. You know, yesterday or whatever.
I peeped Reptile last night with Benicio del Toro and Justin Timberlake. Pretty good.
Oh, you were just watching C-SPAN of Congress? They're all.
So yeah, that's good. Loki's good. What else?
Gen V, Loki, very fucking good.
Everybody's saying that Gen V is really good. It's not getting a lot of hype though.
It really isn't. I think even I was one of those people that kind of was like, it's just the Boys spinoff. Like whatever. It's gonna be super sanitized. No, it's like more of the Boys. It's easily season 3.5, and it's like
really,
it's the best like X-Men TV show that there's ever been.
That's what David Walton said. David was like, "Dude, this is X-Men Goes to College." I was like, "Really?"
Well, yeah,
real spiritual successor to X-Men Evolution, huh?
This is on Amazon.
Yeah,
I gotta check that out. Okay, how many episodes are we into that?
I feel like 4.
6, right? No, I think it's like
Really?
5 or 6, isn't it?
What? No way.
I didn't even know this was happening. I didn't know there was any spinoff happening. I didn't even hear about this.
Which is crazy because I just dug up my also in looking for shit for OcTOYber. I dug up my my Comic-Con badge, and it was like the main thing promoted on the Comic-Con badge.
Yeah, it's all of the badges were Gen V badges.
Yeah, all of the scanners were Gen V, everything. Yeah,
but you know why it didn't feel like it is because there was no celebrities at Comic-Con this past year, so it didn't feel.
That's true.
It didn't feel like they gave a shit.
Mm-hmm.
But
And you know,
it
at
really
San
is
Diego,
very
that's a
good.
big part of San Diego Comic Con. Is
they're on
big presence.
Mm-hmm.
They're on 6 episodes, Fabio.
Oh,
Oh
okay.
wow! All right. How many for the season?
I think
9?
8.
Gotta be 8 or 9 or 10 or something. I'm sure.
All right,
Gotta
I
be
might check that out then. I'd be interested in that.
Yeah, it's good. The
David Walton says he likes it better than The Boys.
Really?
I feel like it's taken more time. Not even taken more time. Just the characters in general are just like more likable. Like
yeah, all of the boys are sad sacks.
Yeah, they're all reprehensible people in their own way. Whether it's the Soups are just like awful, and then the boys are like stooping to that level of awful to combat the Soups, right?
Right.
This one is like they're just like kids, you know, they're just college kids, you know, going to school to learn how to be as reprehensible as the Soups in the 7, you know, is essentially the environment, but they're not quite there yet. So they're still developing, and they're like, you know, still.
All right. Don't be yourself. Don't give it away.
I can't.
Hashtag Homestar.
It's the greatest role I've ever played is myself.
All right, what we got in terms of news? Do we actually have a docket, or we winging this shit?
I don't think we have a docket. We'll pull up Lago, Praeternia, and we'll hit all the sweet notes that we missed.
Yeah. We should, since we mentioned it, just catch up on the HasLab.
The HasLab, absolutely.
Das HasLaben.
So, like I mentioned, we got 3 days remaining in the campaign. You want to check in and see where we are right now?
Yeah.
Last time I checked, it was approaching 7K, I guess.
Yeah, it's at 67.7% backed right now.
Okay, 6,700 and what? 71? 67,
they got another 0.01% just now. Look at that.
I mean,
that's the
technically,
A.C.B.A.
we're
podcast.
looking at about 1,000 a day in the next 3 days, right? That's doable, right?
Yeah.
I hope it is.
I think we'll be pretty dead on. Like, it's just barely gonna make it.
Yeah, I think so too, which is unfortunate because I do want that scroll ahead, but
so scroll
ahead.
Yeah,
man, I don't know what's like I said on the last episode, I'm not really sure what's going on with Marvel Legends collectors, but like
they're all used to getting stuff at clearance.
I mean, this is not the clearance thing. You'll probably get Wasp at clearance. So listen, we talked about this on Wednesday, and in my interview with the team, I said that it would probably behoove them to show some renders of some of the supporting characters that would be released alongside this if it funds when it drops. And sure enough, they showed a classic Needlehead Wasp here. This is like a first appearance Wasp. This is actually the first time that we have this figure, or we'll get this figure in 6-inch form. We had a little tiny semi-articulated, maybe like 5 points of articulation version from the old Toy Biz days that came with the Goliath Giant Man, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, they showed a render of this, which to me looked like it was like some rushed out bullshit. But then today, White showed the actual figure. So I don't know. This looks like it's painted in a way that maybe Tony the Painter painted this, because this looks too good to be a retail painted version. But as I speculated,
I think they call him T-Paint in the office.
T-Paint? T-Paint?
Does he only speaks in auto-tune or what?
Basically. But yeah, it looks like pinless joints for Wasp, brand new head sculpt, probably the shirt piece is new. Definitely some new parts here, and this is gonna suck if we get Wasp and no Giant Man. Even though I do feel like they probably have a 6-inch version of him in this costume in the works as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dwight showed this off on his personal Instagram. And yeah, she looks pretty nice. She looks really good. What you guys think?
I saw some of the gut reactions to just the render. One in particular, shout out to Travis at A Toy Kind of Mood. You guys know Travis, right?
Wait. From a Toy Kind of Mood?
Yeah, that guy. And just from seeing this picture, he's like, no waist articulation. Yikes. That is verbatim what he said. I'm like, there's no way you know that. It's one render picture. There's clearly a cut at the waist. And look, she's turned at said waist.
Yeah.
Maybe he meant the double, ab crunch diaphragm like Black Widow, but
yeah.
Come on. Once again, getting into the territory of people not really known for posing figures all that aggressively, complaining about lack of articulation that is actually there.
Yeah, and it looks like it's like it could be a ball joint at the bottom too.
I think it is, yeah. It's got to be. I don't think it's just a twist, yeah. And this is plus double jointed elbows and knees. This is basically the widow body and all that.
Yeah, it's the widow body. You said that's what you said.
It's at least the arms and the legs, which is what the streak body and all that. But yeah, it's a new torso and skirt piece, definitely.
Yeah, for sure. But again, she's really good. I do want to echo some of the same sentiments of some of the people who have commented on this. I think that we discussed how they had this planned out already for a while. So I think this had robust tiers and different things. And I think she was probably meant to be part of this offering from the beginning. And I see quite a few people saying that in the comments too. But I think that, I don't know, they got cold feet or whatever, and they slimmed it all the way down to try to ensure that this gets funded, and decided to just release Wasp separately at some point. Also saw a lot of people saying that, that they don't know why people are still complaining about this, because if she was included or any other figures was included, then it would raise the price of the overall offering, and that, possibly you could get Wasp on clearance or on sale at some point if she's a regular retail release, since so many people seem to need to get a Marvel Legends on sale for them to feel comfortable about purchasing a Marvel Legends figure. But in terms of a classic Avengers roster goes, you need a Giant Man and you need Wasp in this costume. So for me personally, somebody who is a Marvel head through and through, I grew up reading comic books. I want to get as close as possible to every character, B, C, D-list characters from the Marvel Universe, and just having that, all of those characters in 6-inch form. So, adding Giant Man and Wasp and these particular costumes to the collection is definitely something that I want to do personally. I don't know what's up with folks that don't, that maybe don't have a connection to Giant Man and feel like, they have no connection, so they don't care about it. Or maybe they don't have a connection and they don't care about it, but they do still want people to get this. And then there's a swath of the community that just want to see it fail for whatever reason. I don't know what that's about. But $200 for Giant Man alone, I think, is fair. And then being able to purchase Wasp separately down the line, and possibly other versions of Giant Man, I think it's a fair deal. So hopefully we'll get there. 3 days.
I think it's fair to say, maybe it's harsh, but fair to say that if you don't want or think you need a classic Giant Man for your Marvel Legends Avengers display, maybe you're not that big a Marvel fan.
Yeah, maybe not. I mean, maybe. There's a lot. There's definitely levels and layers to this shit. There are people who strictly collect Spider-Man themed
Sure.
characters
Or
and
X-Men
supporting
ones.
characters. There's people that only
Yeah.
fuck with the X-Men.
Yeah.
You know, there's people that only fuck with the Avengers. There's people that only collect the MCU stuff that have no connection to actual uh continuity from the comic books. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but comic books are the basis for everything that's going on with Marvel Legends, even as it relates to the MCU. They're drawing directly from those classic comic book stories, and that's what it is. So
Mm-hmm.
how
They
you could
take a
kinda
lot.
like
They
shit on
take a
the
lot
comic
from
books.
Some
Ultimate.
people didn't buy the DK Ultimate Marvel encyclopedias at their Scholastic Book Fair, and it showed.
Yeah, right, and it shows, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, 72 hours, basically a little over 1,000 a day in the next 3 days is where we are. I do think that in the last 24 hours, it'll be a pretty big surge. I do think that they have the opportunity to show a couple of more things that probably would have been part of this campaign from the beginning that they basically pulled at the last moment. Because again, they've said themselves that this has been in the works for quite a while. So I'm sure that there is a Yellow Jacket prototype somewhere out there, and even Giant Man in his costume as a 6-inch figure somewhere out there. And there might even be little tiny miniature hero click sizes of Ant-Man, of Giant Man, or as Ant-Man and Wasp here as well too.
There might be from that old 12-inch line. There might be a
Yeah.
Giant Man or a Goliath in that 12-inch scale
Yeah.
Yep.
somewhere too.
As there
Yep.
should be.
Yeah, there should be. There should be.
There
That would
should
have been
be.
crazy.
But
I
the
mean, if
fact
they're
that
going
they
to do
broke
Super
out,
Adaptoid, yeah, it makes complete sense.
Yeah, they used
yeah,
the Super Adaptoid got one. Like, why wouldn't Giant Man / Goliath?
100%.
I think
But the fact that they showed the actual figure here, because I thought it was just going to be the render, but the fact that Dwight had the physical figure around, there's no question in my mind that this was part of the original offering at some point. So, what were you going to say, Fabian?
no, just basically that. Just echoing some thoughts here. And then they also did show this too, just to kind of show the comparison.
Mm-hmm. And man, I was very happy with the Sentinel figure, even with the QC issues with the knees or what have you. They definitely screwed up on that, and that was unfortunate. And it was really disheartening that they couldn't really talk about it really either. But I'm very happy with the Sentinel and with Galactus, and I'm excited to see Giant Man in people's collections and displays and stuff like that. So I hope it gets funded. We'll see. If y'all don't have anything else to say about this, though, we could keep it moving.
I think if they do, if we get like a Giant Man at home and it ends up just being the 12-inch version, maybe there's people that are holding out for that. There's definitely no guarantee, but I think that's a fair compromise if this doesn't fund. If it,
yeah, I've seen a lot of people saying it's really just about real estate for them. Like, I don't really have room for this, so whatever. Like,
then how do you have room for Galactus and Sentinel? Come on, man.
Yeah, I mean, some people already.
That's easy shelf symmetry right there. You got a tall one here, a tall one there, and a tall one in the middle. I don't see the problem.
Yeah, but you know, some people that
And
already backed.
I think I saw Chris Miller in the chat talking about people just not relating to the character and not having read the old books. But like, and what's the excuse with Galactus? Like, it's not like he was in a bunch of films. He was in one film as a Cloud.
Well, he was the villain in Marvel Ultimate Alliance. Well, I guess that was. You do get to fight him to take the Ultimate Nullifier.
It is a fair point though that like if you just don't know the character, then don't get it. If this
would be like me saying like, oh, I have no relation to this Giant Man. Like if I were to say that about Galactus, like, no, this isn't my Galactus. My Galactus is a big giant cloud, like in the Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer. So I'm not backing it.
That's crazy.
That's what I'm saying.
As far as
I think Giant Man. I think Giant Man is far enough reaching to it not be a big issue, a big part of it. Like
Mm-hmm.
he's just as tier list wise, like he's just as much as a Sentinel. As a Sentinel's just a
Yeah.
robot in a robotic
Mm.
villain in a comic book.
As far as Hank Pym goes, there's, he's had mad different costumes, but the top three is this costume for Giant Man, uh, Ant Man. Well, maybe it's like four, but Ant Man, and Yellow Jacket.
Yep.
Then a close, I don't know, fourth place or whatever would just be the Goliath, the old school, just Goliath,
Yeah,
costume.
blue and
And
yellow.
Goliath, he doesn't have to be 20 feet tall. He's just really kind of like a little larger than a Build-A-Figure, basically.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, in terms of rounding out your collection and finishing up teams and stuff like that, like I feel like you need this version as one of the top three versions of Hank Pym that you need. You need a Yellow Jacket, which we absolutely gonna get at some point, and you need a good Ant-Man, which I've seen people kind of mixing and matching in terms of the last couple of Ant-Man figures that we received from Hasbro. So,
And Christopher Miller's got a great point too. Like I am one of those people that connects more with Marvel as a property through the video games, movies, and unfortunately cartoons also. But like my big sort of Marvel introduction was, the Ultimate Alliance. Not even introduction, but like really the thing that cemented it for me was Ultimate Alliance and X-Men Legends. Those were formative games for me. And then that led me into other things from there, of course. But even on that front, Giant Man, I think, has had great representation. Like,
yeah, listen, even
maybe
if
not
you
the
only
specific
got
costume, but Hank Pym as a character for sure. I mean, the Ultimate Avengers movies were amazing. They were adaptations of the Ultimates, right? But those were still like formative animations for me. And Giant Man taking a punch to the face from the Hulk was amazing.
Even if you only got hip to the Avengers through Earth's Mightiest Heroes, Giant Man was a core
huge
member of
huge
that
part
team.
of yeah. Hank
absolutely.
was a huge part of that show. And I think Christopher Miller said last week, or not last week, on Wednesday, that he just never watched Earth's Mightiest Heroes, but which sucks. It's a great show, highly recommend it.
Right.
But I don't know. I just think like as far as popularity goes and like notoriety, like I think Giant Man and Sentinel and Galactus, I think they're all really even.
Yeah.
Like I don't when I think Giant Man, I don't think to myself like, oh, he's too obscure. Like I think it's pretty even. Like if you know Sentinel, if you know Galactus, like you know Giant Man.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's a shame.
People going crazy for like Corsair and other random Starjammer dudes in waves.
Yeah.
Still don't want this. I don't understand that. Yeah. Maybe what I think is that it's a matter of like reputation, right? I think people feel uncomfortable backing a fictional comics character that has a history of fictional comics domestic violence, and that's perfectly understandable.
Oh no, damn.
Yeah,
but then
I don't know.
Those same people also still bought the next Chris Brown record after all that controversy. So I don't know.
I would love for there to be a poll somewhere for people just to explain like how come they don't like it. I'm just curious to know, like, if it doesn't get funded, it doesn't get funded. But I'd love to know, like, is it the character notoriety? Is it just that you're sick of them doing these campaigns? Did the Engine of Vengeance sour you so much that you just don't fuck with what they do now in general? Like, I'd love to know, just out of curiosity. Because I am surprised.
It makes a lot more sense for people to not want to have to not have fucked with the Engine of Vengeance, because that's a more modern new thing, and Legends collectors are kind of in a demographic of 30s to 50s or something like that. So I could
and
understand
those tiers were really big mistakes too.
Mm-hmm.
They were terrible.
But honestly, just in terms of where we are with ingenuity and just where toys in general are, and how there are a lot of very, very good toys coming out right now, this is probably some of the best that Marvel Legends has to offer in terms of design, detail. Um, it just looks very good. It's probably one of the best Marvel Legends figures that they will ever produce. It looks quality. It looks very good. You know, it's just one of those top tier versions, like Sentinel Peter B. Parker is just like, yo, this is one of the best Spider-Man figures ever produced. It's up there
Mhm.
for Legends, like, you know what I mean? So I don't, just as a collector and just being in this kind of golden age of collecting, like, you kind of like owe yourself to like treat yourself to one of the best Marvel Legends figures that we'll probably get. So
Mhm.
just looking
Honestly,
at it like
the
that,
biggest thing the biggest thing that surprises me is just how good the price is. Like I
Yeah.
think 200 is so good. I don't
yo, I'm
that's
about to pay.
that's what really surprised me was that about it not backing is just that I thought it was so low. Like, oh man, $200, like people are gonna back this, no problem. But
Listen, I'm
crazy.
about to
That's
pay
why I said I'd love
170.
to know. I'd love to know people's opinions.
I'm about to pay 170 to round out my Sentinel um Into the Spider-Verse crew because I need to backtrack and get Spider-Gwen. And that's like
Yeah.
169 or something like that on
Nice.
BBTS.
Oh,
Yeah.
jeez.
So
Are you
I mean,
buying it
come
on
on,
there?
40 more dollars, and that's giant, man. We just talking about just like
Mhm.
a 6-inch nice figure that comes with a little extra static figure. It's a good amount of accessories, yes, but like that's a lot of money for a 6-inch scale figure, though. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
Mhm.
not just that, but like there's people that pre-order whole waves on Hasbro Pulse or Big
hmm
Bad Toy Store that are almost the same price. Now with the price
hmm
that Legends are, it's really not far. So I don't, I don't know. I'm just curious. I'm curious. This doesn't fund. It doesn't fund. But I'd love to know why. I'd love people's
Yeah.
opinions on why they didn't feel the need. I just thought that at $200, I'm sure anybody could go back and watch the first episode where this was announced. I thought at $200 this thing would back immediately.
Yeah.
I didn't know about the goals just because they're not very exciting. Although I want them, I know I can understand that they're not that exciting. But
Yeah, the
I thought at
stretches, yeah.
$200.
It's good that they kept the goals to just more features for the
Mhm.
figure, though, which
Yeah.
again
hmm
goes back to isn't that what we wanted in the first place?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's
I mean,
I would love to know, man. I'd love to know.
Hmm.
yeah, we'll see. We'll see how that shakes out in the next 3 days. I guess the ending day is Saturday. Is
October
Monday?
23rd.
Is that Monday?
Yeah.
Oh, so Monday, 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the campaign
Hmm.
will end, right?
Yep.
All right. Well, we won't talk about this again until Wednesday. So by Wednesday, we will know whether or not Giant Man is coming to uh a little over 10,000 people, or maybe it'll surge to one of the stretch goals. We'll see. But I tell you what, if it does fund and it's just barely over the goal, oh, this is gonna be some crazy shit on the secondary market next year. I'll tell
Hmm.
you that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Even I think I saw Mr. Stevie on Instagram saying that even if it just gets to like 10,000,
Mhm.
just a 10,000 unit production run for like anything is
Yeah,
crazy,
it's wild.
like unheard
Yeah,
of.
yeah.
yeah,
You
it's
know?
rare. It's gonna be some rare shit, and this is gonna be, man, it's gonna dwarf the Toy Biz Giant Man in terms of people trying to seek this out after the fact and how much it's gonna be on the
Mhm.
secondary. It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
Anybody have this for
Kevin
retail?
Kevin Lane in the comments is saying people don't have the money and are picky about what they buy. Understandable.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
I said during the Galactus that any of these sites, and this includes Mezco, Fabio, any
Excuse
of
me?
these sites that don't have built-in pay-in-for programs on their website and they offer things like
mhm.
this are doing a huge disservice to their collectors. And
Yeah,
it
that's
doesn't
true.
make
That's
any sense.
100% true. That's 100% true.
I don't want or need to do it through PayPal. Like there's little shitty t-shirt websites. There's people that I know that run independent t-shirt companies where they only make 50 shirts at a time
Mhm.
and they have pay in 4 options on their website. So
Yeah,
there's no
yeah.
excuse for Mattel, for Hasbro, for Super 7, for
Well,
Mezco,
it's
any
not
of these
even an
people to not
excuse.
have it. There's just
Yeah, it's
no,
not a,
there's no
there's no
reason. There's no
excuse
reason
that
in my
they
mind.
can. There's no excuse that they can put forward. It's just that's
Yeah.
just corporate greedy shit.
Yeah,
Really, at
no,
the
yeah,
end of the day,
it's all
like,
it comes
I want
down
the
to
money. I
is
want the money now.
corporate
Like,
greed.
Yeah,
fuck
yeah.
the bullshit. Yeah, that's all that
Yeah.
is.
And
100%.
he
and
would-
to go back to Kevin Lane, who had another follow-up comment there. There's
I
nothing
was just
special
gonna
about the
say that,
figure.
yeah.
If it was Fing Fang Foom, it would have met the goal in 2 days.
It depends.
I don't
If it
know
was
because
Fin
even
Fan Foom,
I don't know how well known Fing Fang Foom is because even you
Yeah.
don't know that the name is Fin Fang Foom. There's no G in that first F. Come on, man. You undermine your own point, sir. It is not that well of a fucking known character. Please.
Yeah, not just that.
Sure,
but I
people
think
would just look at, oh, cool dragon, great, but they can do that with Storm Collectibles. They can do that with anything.
We've said it almost every week since the beginning of this campaign. If you think you're gonna get anything from this team after this HasLab failing, you're dead wrong. They've said
Yeah,
it themselves. Like they've said it themselves. If this thing fails, it's gonna be dark. Like what they're able to do. Like you're never gonna get that Fing Fang Foom. What would make them think that this like C-list villain that's humongous is gonna sell better than a B to A-list superhero?
I
That's in
don't
Marvel
even
films,
know that they
I don't know.
could. Listen, they kind of fudging it. They're not really even fudging it. They did the Sentinel to scale with 6-inch figures for the first time ever. That was big. That was crazy. And they did it at a semi-reasonable price, and people still army built this $300 figure, right? They got away with that. They did Galactus as somebody who can, reduce and increase his size at will. They did a decent base size for him that was still bigger than a Marvel Universe figure. They're trying to do Giant Man at a reasonable height that matches with 6-inch scale figures. I can't see them doing Foom and anything that's kind of reasonable with 6-inch scale figures. Like that shit would be out of this world. Like it would be so much money. Now, if they wanted to do
let's
Foom
just
and say that you were scaling him with a re-release of Marvel Universe figures or 3 3/4 inch figures or something like that, then that'd be one thing. But if you think that they are offering you Giant Man for $200 and it doesn't get funded and that a Foom is gonna happen, you're out of your fucking mind. Just
Yeah,
stop.
no, there's no
Not
way.
happening.
There's like Foom is not in any way like iconic, I don't think. I don't think anybody
I wouldn't say that he's not
anybody
iconic. I mean, it
not,
is
not
an
to the level of
iconic
these three.
villain that has, been traditionally an Iron Man villain, but has also faced off against the Avengers and X-Men
Sure,
and
sure.
whatever. Like, it is what it is, but like, I mean, he's huge though. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's not.
Let's say the scale isn't right and it's as big as like just let's say it's a little bit bigger than the Sentinel. That thing's got to be that thing would have to be like $400+.
100%.
And like if people aren't backing this Giant Man at 200, it's rough. And I'm not here to discredit anyone's reasons for not buying it, whether it be that they don't have 200 right now, they're sick of them doing these crowd funds, whatever your reason is for not getting it, it's your reason. But it's really rough to like. I don't think there's any argument anyone could make right now to say that some other HasLab is going to do better when this $200 one doesn't. I don't think there's any validity to any argument anybody could give me. I would say that there's nothing they could say. Like when this $200 HasLab doesn't make it, I think any point that you'd make would be like pretty null and void. Like at $200, this isn't going to make it. A Fin Fang Foom at like 400+. Oh man, that's really. I think anything is rough after this.
I mean,
they've
listen,
said it themselves.
they just did the Ghost for $500. There's no way that Foom wouldn't be anything less than 5 probably as well. It would have
be
to
pricey,
be 5.
And if we're going back to the point of the average Marvel Legends collector kind of coming on and latching on to the line more as a less of a comics reader and more of a movies, cartoons, video games consumer, then Fin Fang Foom definitely does not fit that criteria. That is such a comics old head character. No offense, it's just it has not had that level of. The closest we've got in the movie is the damn Great Protector in Shang-Chi. Like that's about as close as you'll get. And and the other thing with this Giant Man too, and we talked about it on Wednesday, is like yes, they did go basic with it. It's not as robust of a design as a giant space devourer and a robot, but it future proofs whatever they else might want to do at this scale for different characters. And if that $200 entry point to pay for that initial tooling to have this body in the library guarantees us more stuff in that regard down the line, then I think that's overall good for the line.
Yeah, it's good.
Does not fit that criteria either.
Goose, good for the gander. What is up with my man Bosk 222? It's big, but it looks cheap, man. I guess he wasn't at New York Comic Con. This shit does not look cheap. It looks very, very good. It looks premium. It looks quality. He's bugging.
Yeah, I saw Kevin say that it's like really hard to understand just how like great this thing is until you see it in person.
Yeah.
I never got to see it in person, obviously.
Yeah.
I heard it looks incredible in person.
Right.
It's almost Hot Toys level kind of texturing on the suit for it being plastic and not actually being soft goods. It still looks very, very good. The creases, the folds, it looks better than anything Marvel Legends has ever produced in 6-inch scale. And and because it's at its larger size, then it allows them to actually put all of that extra fine detail. Yo, the eyes alone, when they showed the ability for you to change the eyes and how detailed the eyes and stuff look, I thought that was going to be a significant boost. I didn't really understand what happened there, but man, it looks very good. It looks very, very good in person. So I don't really know what's up.
Yeah, Cap Lives does bring a good point. And it's hard to argue that too. He said maybe people are tired of Legends. Maybe they are, man. Because I don't know about anybody else, but at my stores, Legends get clearance. Legends get clearance immediately. Legends get clearance.
That's a possibility,
so
but then what? Then what? You tired of Legends, but what's going to be your overall fix for Marvel characters and for some company going deep into the roster as Legends has done in the past 20 years? What are you going to do? Affix? You're going to get Thor whose head can't move and who's tiny and I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do. We're going to depend on McFarlane to start making Marvel characters with crazy big wrist peg ball joints and freaking Captain America smaller than Bucky and all types of shit like that. What do you guys want at the end of the day?
So terrible.
What do we want? Or we want every character to be an import and they all be $50 and $60 each? What do you want?
No, you're not wrong. I think I've said it, forever as far as if they did just 10 SKUs fewer a year in order to overall spread that budget to the rest of what's remaining and make it better, I think that's not a bad thing. I do think, as far as people being tired of Legends, they put out a lot, every year. So maybe that is definitely a factor that people could just be tired of that. And this is coming at a time when there's a lot of other stuff hitting as well. The end of fall or beginning of fall, I guess it would be, is kind of a crunch time as all companies are trying to squeeze everything out before the fiscal year ends. Q4 is notoriously super packed.
I mean,
not just that, but Hasbro themselves, they're about to announce the Ghostbusters HasLab. So.
Oh yeah, the 1027 event is coming up.
Right. Yeah, 1027 event is coming up. I did see somebody say that it was a different landscape during the pandemic. People had a lot more disposable income during the pandemic because we weren't spending money like that, and that makes sense. That is the thing that makes the most sense to me, is that
that's really true.
People just don't have the bread for this right now, and so they're lashing out and kind of shitting on it because they just don't have the money for it. But it's actually not a bad offering. You know what I mean? It's just people don't have the money.
It's a solid offering, man. At that price, I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. So I honestly cannot believe it.
I'm not trying to come down on anybody because of their economic shortfalls or their economic status or whatever the case may be. So that is understandable. If that's what it is, then just say that. If you poor, just say you poor.
Well, the you know,
Nothing wrong with
and
that.
it's not even just
True.
Hasbro too. It's every industry like not adjusting well to the fact that like they saw these pandemic numbers and they all have suits and they all just believe like, oh, we got to keep this up, but there's like no way to do it. You had like such a huge portion of the U.S. population getting those stimulus checks, hitting
Yeah,
that
that was the thing that
hitting
I
that
saw in the
EDD
comment
card,
was
like
the
you know,
stimulus checks was something else. Yeah.
it's just like it just wasn't sustainable, but they all want it to be, so it's just it's
Yeah.
tough. I know it's tough.
Yeah, we're
Every
definitely
industry, you know,
approaching that. If not already, we're hitting that glass ceiling for sure.
Yeah, and it's not just Hasbro. It's every business. You know, it's like Pokemon. They're oversaturating so much right now with cards. It's video games. It's everything. Everyone wants those numbers that they had in 2020 and 2021, but it's just not possible. I don't think in any of these industries. I don't think.
I don't think any of us. And don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that. It's nothing wrong with saying you poor to say that I'm like rich or some shit like that because I'm not rich either. I'm poor too, but
Damn, that's
but
the headline
I'm
for a lot of
saying
future podcasts. I'm poor.
but I'm saying that
Look at
like
Mitzi's poor.
most people in the space are just like hustling, like you know what I mean. They just like, all right, well, I'm gonna get rid of this out of my collection so I'll have money for something that's more desirable for me, or I'm gonna get two of this so I could flip one and I could get this down the line. And like that's the game. Like that's really the game that most people are playing. So if you're not actually hustling and it's just your like whatever disposable income you have and that's it, then I could understand how that could be, you know, cumbersome, you know. So I mean, it is what it is. If it's just the money thing, then I understand 100% because it's a totally different landscape right now. Fucking groceries cost mad bread, and there was no stimmies this year, so I get it. So I get it from that standpoint. But to just be like making up shit and saying it looks cheap, nah, come on, boss. What are you talking about?
Nah, it looks premium, dude. I will say that. I haven't seen it in person, but seeing all the coverage of it, seeing, you know, in the interview with you, Boog, like this thing looks good. It really does look good.
Very good.
And it is, again, not as complex of a design as this robot that's standing next to it, but they've done a really good job to give it some nice texture, some nice detailing, even, you know, just to bring out what could be a very simplistic design, you know?
And it's $100 less than the fucking super detailed robot. It's a man in a suit. It is what it is.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, we spent a lot of time on this.
Yeah,
let's
just want to give a shout out to Dan Yoon in the chat. Thank you for coming on, dude. Thanks for being here in the chat. If you wanted to hop on, I know it's last minute and there's probably hoops to jump through, but if you did want to come on and chat with us about this, we'd love to have you, but I can understand if not. No big deal.
I hope this shit funds, man.
Yeah.
I backed two of them the other day just because. Man,
I will say too, shout out to KJ in the chat, Black Genghis. He got me. Listen, man, an insightful man. Love him. Always filled with great takes, but he had one wild one in regards to all this. He's like, they got the 1027 event coming up here next week. I'm thinking his take was, I'm thinking that they'll extend this until after the 1027 event and throw in a 12-inch giant man to sweeten the pot. I'm like,
that is
I love you, bro, but as I told you on Instagram, you are out of your damn gourd if you think you're going to get a 12-inch giant man for free to sweeten the pot.
When I first saw his comment, I thought he had said something like they were going to reveal another tier on 1027, and I kept looking at the calendar, and I'm like, wait a minute, the campaign is going to end before 1027. Like, what is
right?
About? But
if you don't say anything in the comments, we're going to take it as KJ being right. I don't know what to tell you.
I don't want to disappoint anyone in the chat either. I don't know how possible it is for Dan to even come on because these things have to be scheduled ahead of time and they got to go through a lot of hoops, as I say. So I don't think it's going to happen, but we do appreciate Dan just being here and, you know, we keeping the conversation going. I think it's been like pretty solid so far.
Yeah.
Is there a previous HasLab that has extended?
I don't think so. Even like
he said no extension.
No
extension.
There's no damn way.
Yeah, especially because
some landlord shit. He's like a New York City landlord. No extension.
Man, rent.
Oh, the Unicron did, I guess. Okay, I would have thought like the Rancor that was like so close to making it.
Yeah, they should have given that 3 more days, bro.
Yeah, that Rancor was like less than less than a few hundred away.
It was like a 100, yeah, like maybe like 3 something.
Yeah, that was rough, man.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So is it fixed
the Dragonfly also extended by 1 day because there was a problem with the app too.
Ooh, that's right. I do remember that. That's correct.
Yeah.
Okay,
and I know.
I think they were already over though. It didn't matter. They was just tacking on more back, basically at that point.
Yeah, the numbers weren't done, but the ordering was done basically. And I know that there's really no way to extend because they're doing that Ghostbusters HasLab's going to happen, and I'm pretty sure that team is not trying to get their toes stepped on. So
hold on. So the Ghostbusters thing's supposed to be like a figure thing or like a 1/1 scale type of thing?
I don't think we know. I don't think
we don't know
the announcement hasn't. It was funny because they made a big thing about announcing what it was, announcing something, and then at New York Comic Con they said we're going to announce it in 2 weeks, and it was like a little meme going on like 2 weeks,
it's like a wrestling pay-per-view.
Yeah,
Cody Rhodes with a hot mic.
Like we mentioned, 10/27 is coming up. I know that the Legends team would love to be taking a victory lap on 10/27, but
please, for the love of God,
you know, we'll see what happens in the next 72 hours. So let's go ahead and move on.
Yeah,
hitting up Lago's page.
Dan Yoon said, "I'm just kidding. I have no power to extend or not extend. No power at all. I'm poor too." We're all poor, baby.
Yeah. And he cannot hop on at this time, and that's totally understandable. But we again appreciate you just being here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Shitty studio apartment gang over here.
Hey man, when you point one finger, you got 2 more pointing back at you, boy.
That's right. That's right.
What's next we got for topics? That was one for Poncho, but he's unfortunately not here.
He is incommunicado right now.
Before we get into Lago's page, we did get an email from Mezco that a very, very interesting chart.
Yeah, I did see that today.
Yep. Well, we had a pre-order this week actually too, with 1 day notice as they like to do, moving from one Hasbro property to another. There it is, Duke.
Chad.
Yeah, shout out to the Toy Migos last night, who thought exactly what I was thinking when they were talking about this last night. It was like, man, that Duke head sculpt looks perfect for Captain America, and the Captain America head sculpts look perfect for Duke.
Yeah.
Like you gotta switch those two, man. It's this looks so much like Steve, and the Steve looks so much like Duke. It's so strange.
Yeah. I've been using a Steve as my Duke for forever, so yeah, easy swap.
Why they got him saluting in the middle of the explosion?
That's what they were saying too. This dude's about to die, and he's like,
because patriotism comes first.
Can Dan Yoon confirm that this is what everyone does overseas? Do they like right when they hear the bomb, like, confirm or deny, Dan? Confirm or deny?
Oh shit.
Yeah, this looks really good. I feel like they've taken what could be just the most white bread G.I. Joe guy, right? And just made him like super cool.
I mean, honestly, with the helmet on and shit, it kind of looks like a generic soldier, actually.
Yeah. I think it's the same helmet that even Roadblock has.
Okay.
That makes sense. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah, he looks pretty good, but I already said that I gave up on Mezco G.I. Joes. I'm gonna stick with the G.I. Joes.
Yeah, I understand that. He looks sick as hell though. You know, he actually looks like the dude from Castle Wolfenstein, or just Wolfenstein, New Blood, all that stuff.
Wade Howlison is saying
very Caucasian with the butt chin.
Wade Howlison is saying that he's signaling to charge. That makes a lot of sense.
Sure.
But the angle of it just looks like he's saluting. But
right.
Yeah. Maybe that's an angle issue. That makes a lot more sense though.
He comes with a shemagh. That's so cool. Cool camo scarf. The mud splash.
Oh, mud splash. Okay.
Oh wow, that's a new effect, huh? The mud splash.
And I think, yeah, other than the helmet, which I think is reused from Roadblock, it's like all new accessories.
Yeah,
Every gun, the knife, maybe the grenades are reused, but even then they look a little like different.
I don't know why, but when I look at this figure, all I can hear is Freebird playing.
Hold on, let me see the rocket effect.
That's a new rocket effect.
There's a rocket launcher on that automatic weapon, I guess. Is that what we're supposed to?
Yeah, I think it's an underbarrel.
Got it. Okay.
It's the noob tube, you know.
Got it.
Yeah, this looks good. I like that they didn't go with like the big chunky boots like Commander Rogers and all in Punisher. He's got kind of more.
So
down
what do we
realistic.
have so far in terms of Joe's from Mezco?
Destro, Roadblock, Snake Eyes, Firefly, Duke.
Oh, and Storm Shadow, right? We saw a tease for Storm
We've
Shadow.
seen a tease for Storm Shadow, yeah.
Wow.
And we've seen 2 teases for Firefly. Well, we can even just check by brands. Let's go to G.I. Joe, huh?
All right, go back. The G.I. Joe marker was there. Oh, it's up there. All right,
there it is. Here we go. Yes. Oh, Storm Shadow is up. That's right.
All right, so 6.
Yep. 3 and 3, yeah. Pretty good.
3 villains, 3 heroes.
And we saw this for the first time at San Diego Comic Con. So pretty quick turnaround on getting the pre-order up on him by Mezco standards.
I'm not really feeling the whole harness look for Duke here, but overall, I think the figure looks pretty nice though.
I like that they've gone with I like that they've gone with a cloth strap on him rather than like a plastic sort of overlay. I think the backpack is plastic with the straps, but I like that the strap here is soft goods also. That looks cool. The one picture I thought was hilarious. I was like, what is this one? He's got that.
Do you think that this whole strap harness thing could come off? Yeah, right?
I think so. Yeah, it's got a clip right here.
Because
even if it didn't, you just pull off his head and you can just pull it off his body.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he would look better without it, just as a straight up military guy with a shirt and pants.
Yeah, this one would be good to get a couple of, I would say, if you're trying to army build at 112 each. But this picture I just thought was hilarious because it looks like he's got a little bit of a cockeye going on, like a 1,000-yard stare.
Mario said beady eyes Duke.
Yeah, he's seen this Duke right here has seen some shit.
He said that last night on Two Amigos, and I was fucking funny.
All right, so we
pre-order, not exclusive, so it's an open pre-order. 112.
So Duke go up, and then what was the other thing that you mentioned that they gave us word about?
The
owl shipping.
The Snyder Cut set is charging
right
23rd.
Charging soon. You said when? The 23rd, Monday.
23rd, Monday.
Oh my god! Wow, that's how they're gonna do us.
That's
what? Maybe Book is gonna pull out of the HasLab early, huh? Because he's got this coming in.
Well, you don't have to. It depends because you still got. That's when they're gonna start charging. You got 2 extra attempts later that week.
Oh yeah, that's true. You got 2 extra attempts. You got a week basically.
I don't want to lose my my NRD for this set, but I definitely would prefer just getting Giant Man.
Yeah, it really is wild because they put this up like not long after the Snyder Cut had come out, and that was like what, March 2020?
Yeah,
something like that. And here we are 3.5 years later, and we're finally getting it. Maybe it was 2021. I don't remember. I remember just right after it went up, we were like, "Oh, cool! Now we might be able to get the Flash." Oh shit! They went and did it. It's a 3-pack. And this looked good in person at San Diego. The suit on Batman looked more like Supreme Knight Standard Edition versus the kind of the first releases of this Batman. So, looks different enough. It's a good one to. I think a lot of people will agree that the BVS Batman is still like probably one of the best Mezco Batman. That goes like Sovereign Knight, BVS Batman. So this is another good chance to get that if you choose to commit to keeping your pre-order and not lose your deposit. But like we said, a lot of stuff is hitting. So And of course, in that time, a lot of opinions on Ezra Miller have been formed. So who knows how many people are actually going to keep this?
Did you get your Lord of Tears?
No, I don't think I pre-ordered that one.
Whoa.
Yeah, no, I almost went. Well, I did go to my store yesterday, and I traded in some stuff, and they had the Red Pyramid thing, and I had enough store credit to like get it, but I was like, I mean, I'll get it eventually, but I'm not like thirsty for it right now.
No, man, you should have gotten it now. I've been seeing a lot of breaks on that thing.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't be able to exchange it if I got it from a store anyway.
Oh yeah. That's true.
Or return it even. So. Yeah, I mean, this was a good way to get this Flash out, which was originally shown for just like the first release of Justice League. It was just shown at a couple of the trade shows like Comic-Con and Toy Fair, and just never materialized. It kind of came and went, and so when Snyder Cut came out and it did numbers, this was just another good opportunity to put this out there again and attach it to something a little more popular. So I understand why. Maybe a Wonder Woman re-release would have been good, but I understand why Flash also makes a lot of sense for this. And honestly, I kind of wish that Snyder Cut had, done more to revitalize the DCEU, because now here we are in the James Gunn reboot, and none of this shit matters anymore, right? The chances for getting like Nightmare Cyborg from Mezco are pretty much zero.
They were really smart to have done it so quickly next to the movie, because not that long after we found out that this shit was not going to matter anymore.
Yeah. So
a lot of people in the comments are asking about F4. Is that still on schedule?
I got delayed. Remember, we talked about it.
Yeah.
You know what? When I saw the charging soon email, I thought it was going to be for Fantastic Four.
I got moved. I mean, we're still in the window for it technically, but it did get moved like a couple of months. So maybe not enough time to put it on that new female Ranger body, but
that is rough. That sucks.
I wanted it to be.
Good luck.
You know what? As long as Tangerine is on that new female body, I don't care.
Yeah, it's fine. I'll just get a couple extra bodies and swap the clothes around, maybe.
There you go.
It's not a bad idea.
I just kind of feel like they missed their window with that 3-pack. It's just like, I don't feel like anybody even cares about that shit.
Dude, that was literally the first episode of my solo stream show was, yo, Snyder Cut set. By the time this comes out, will anyone even care about Snyder Cut Justice League? And
you're dead wrong. Poncho.
No, I was right. I was like, yeah, probably not.
Poncho cares right now. How dare you?
I care. Personally, I still think Snyder Cut Justice League is like the best DCEU thing. As indulgent as it is.
Darth Clueless, don't say that. Don't say that.
That's me. What, indulgent? Sorry. Another college word for you.
You said Tangerine's never going to happen. I don't like that.
Oh, Tangerine isn't going to happen. Wait.
Don't say that, man.
I'm saying
Believe in something. Believe in something.
Darth Clueless. On brand. You have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
How could you do that?
Yeah, Spider-Man is also like right around the corner too. I wouldn't be surprised if it's like the next thing right after this Justice League. But we are seeing in-hand photos, and it's in the October window, so they have 11 days to make this a reality. Otherwise, Mezco will have once again lied to us.
We saw him in the tray not that long ago. So
yeah, that was at Wonderfest, right?
So. Yeah, for that Shanghai One Fest. So
yeah, so if it's not on the boat already, on its way over here, ready to get shipped out.
Yeah, as soon as I seen it,
there we go.
I seen it, I knew.
Snyder Cut fucking ruled. Of course, we want these.
Yeah.
All right, that's I believe about it for Mezco. We had to play a little catch up there. Or we could play a little bit of mustard. Am I right? We talked about Conan. We talked about Conan, right?
We did. I think. Boog, he's not here. I was going to ask him if he knew if we talked about Conan.
I don't think we did actually. I think that was the week I was out.
No, we did. No, we did. You specifically did, because I remember you're the one that pointed out that the belt was different from what they originally showed.
Yeah.
We talked about this. I'm here.
Okay, cool.
We did.
Cool. All right.
There he is.
Interesting.
Lovely face.
I think one of the arguments I saw going around for this King Conan too, real quick, was that the mask was billed as a deluxe edition, and somehow comes and costs more as a result, and somehow still comes less than with less than this King Conan here.
Yeah, it's kind of wild.
It has to be a licensing thing.
It's
Maybe the
gotta
license
be,
for the
yeah.
The mask
Yeah,
license
maybe.
just must not be cheap.
I feel like they've
And it
already
would-
made pretty good money on the Conan license, so they can afford to make this, non-deluxe, slightly more cheap offering, but still give it more.
I can't.
And I'm
I can't
assuming-
imagine that like motion face from the mask cost them that much money. It had to be that much more expensive.
That face was Mezco collectors looking at the price versus the offering.
And I'm just assuming like nobody else has ever done the mask either, so the license can't be cheap.
Yeah.
Somebody would have done it at some point, but nobody has.
Dude, Mason McDonald is right. Mezco
so.
Omni-Man? Oh, that'd be so cool.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
can
or
see
just Invincible in general.
Invincible
man.
in general for
Yeah.
sure. But dude, Omni-Man, you see he's a guest combatant on the new Mortal Kombat 1.
Yeah,
Oh, I did see
David
that.
Walton was pissed.
Why?
Why?
Said it just didn't make sense.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Get out of here.
It doesn't
His
make sense.
fatalities are literally from the show and the comics, so
Does
I
he
mean,
tell
it,
you to
does,
think?
it doesn't make sense.
Please,
But
does he tell you to think?
I hope so.
Oh my god, that would be amazing. You
That's
imagine
got to
right
be
when you're
his
about to get-
his victory pose, right?
Yeah.
Just standing over a pile of viscera from his destroyed enemy. Think.
All right, take us over to
Sam Brock,
Lagos.
we did get the PX Sodcutter. I guess there was one more thing. Sorry.
Yeah.
But it's not on the Mezco site because it's a previews exclusive. So you have to go through your comic shop, or in this case, BBTS has it for an outrageous $149 price tag. This went up on Friday the 13th last week.
I think that's everybody's price, isn't it? I think that's Entertainment Earth's price too. It's
Oh.
terrible. Yeah, I'm pretty
Man,
sure it is.
That's
Everybody was pissed. Yeah.
probably a really
Like, you
small
know what?
run.
You know what? Maybe we don't want PX Mezco's back, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm pretty sure like I saw discourse in like the Mezco group that everybody was like, "Why the fuck is this so expensive?"
Yeah.
Oh,
Fucking
well, on
some
previews,
Joker stuff,
it's not as expensive on previews and Diamond, but it's still pretty expensive. $125.
Yeah, that's
pretty
still more
rough.
than the original.
Yeah, that's a bit much.
And it's pretty
Also,
much-
I don't know if you saw, but Lord of Tears is not on the Sodcutter body.
Oh, really? Okay, cool.
Yeah, people saying it's not Sodcutter.
Honestly, the thing that makes me want this Sodcutter is just that it comes with another comic.
I was about to say, don't fucking say the comic book.
I was sucker for that tasty lore, though.
Oh man, you know what? When it comes out, just let me know and I'll hit up a couple groups, see who has a comic for sale because somebody will sell it.
Oh, but it won't matter. It won't be complete. I need the figure,
Oh
too.
my god.
What if he's
man,
blue
come
in the
on.
comic and I don't have a blue Sodcutter to go with it? He is blue in the comic. Look at that.
What do you think of that like I don't know if you'd say a rumor, but that guessing game everybody's playing and thinking that the master of the Gangrene Estates is that one dude that showed up like with a reward. He has like bubbles coming out of his head. Think of that. You know what I'm talking about? He's like
I
a
don't
metal
know, but-
man, kind of.
The preview we saw that was just a teaser that was at the RumbleCon where it was like, ooh, what horrors lurk in Gangrene Estates? The recap officially listed him as Alistair Gangrene, so maybe he is
Alistair Gangrene.
the master of the estate.
Yeah, there's that one
Alistair.
picture. I mean, you've looked to the skies so many times you probably don't remember. But in one of the comic books, there's a picture of like a reward of some guy that's made of metal, and his head almost looks like a tube. And everybody was like, "This is Alistair. This is Alistair."
Is it
I was
on
curious.
the first comic? I'll have to look.
It might be. I'm gonna. It's in my camera roll. I'm gonna send it to you right now.
All right, yeah, send it. And until then, let's take a look. What else we got going on? That's Mezco. My eyes are tired from looking to the sky so much.
Yeah.
So let's see
Oh, wow.
what other corners of the toy world had news. Per Lago Figs. Hello, Lago.
Love
What's
that
up?
guy. He's the best.
Yeah.
Senor Lago.
I think the big news that came to the surprise of no one who reads leaks is the TMNT MOTU crossover.
Yeah, those look fun.
Yeah.
Do they?
pictures.
Kind of. Yeah, they look fun, man. Get out of here, you sour
Yeah,
puss.
come on, seriously.
Look at this guy, huh? Thinks he's too good for fun things, this guy.
So yeah, here they are. It's the turtles. There was a technodrome explosion, and they found themselves on Eternia, and this is what they look like.
Shout out to morbid ass fucking Man at Arm
Yo,
using a
the
shell.
turtles have
as a
been
shield.
everything. Basketball players, fishermen,
He-Men.
He-Men.
But yeah, this is, it makes sense, I suppose. Combine the two, like, arguably biggest 80s properties. Here is...
And they were both also designed by the same person. I forget their name, but they said it last night on Toy Amigos. I think Augie said it. He said that it was designed by the same person. So that's why the original Turtles toys are all crouched, and the original Masters of the Universe toys are also crouched.
Yeah,
I see.
I guess that makes
Designed by
sense.
the same person. So the marriage does make a lot more sense than you think. What'd you say?
I said not an ankle pivot in sight, huh?
Oh no way, baby! What do you think this is the Legends team? Get out of here! There are no ankles in these. Get out of here!
And it's still on the Origins body, that's kind of been the current He-Man line outside of the Masterverse and all that. So the pop and swap feature is still on here, and there's some fun stuff going on here. Look at Trapjaw as a Mauser. That's fun. Look, his head is a Mauser too.
I don't like the color of the plastic, but I like the idea.
Yeah. Look at Krang and Android Body as, I don't know, something crazy jacked up.
I forget the name of this character. It's like Orlok or something.
Yeah, well,
some sort of play on ogre.
There's Turtles of Grayskull. That's kind of the big thing going on here.
Baby.
Yeah, very, very cool. What else? What else we got? What is this? MDLX is doing a comic book edition Megatron?
Yeah, IDW Megatron, yeah.
That's actually crazy.
The Discord was positively a Twitter over this.
Oh my goodness. I think the term is a X now.
An X about it. Yeah, I think this is going to be one of the first ones I buy for MDLX.
Yeah, I think this
none of the other ones have really caught me until this.
This pulls me in a little more than your standard sort of metallic one.
Yeah, and I don't have like the biggest connection to the movie design. It's not like I hate them or anything, but I don't love them enough to like spend like that on them.
I kind of do love them enough to spend that much on them because they just
the only design
true to the classic silhouette.
The recent ones. I was talking about the original Bayformers.
Oh yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah, the recent ones are good though.
This is supposed to be Ultra Magnus, but it's just back to formula. Just Optimus Prime repainted.
I mean, that's every Ultra Magnus.
That's Ultra Magnus.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I mean, there's a few that isn't, but a lot of them are just like
an
Optimus with like parts that you like clamp onto him.
Can we get?
We talked about. Well, we didn't talk about either one of those things. The Buu from that third party.
Yeah, P Cheesy. Where are you at? Tonsen Arttoys.
Where are you?
I think I tuned in to Toy Amigos right when they were talking about this because a lot of time was spent dwelling on the name, which is sure to make the end of year list. The Adolescent Malevolence.
Wow, what a name!
What were they saying last night on Toy Amigos? They were calling it male violence.
Oh yeah, male violence.
Holy
male
cow!
Violence.
That looks uncomfortable. That makes me uncomfortable. What's going on there?
Dude, he's just trying to show off, man.
Kind of want to. Damn. There's got to be a high school like band that is going to make their name Adolescent Malevolence. That's so cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this looks good, man. I wish Poncho were here to give some thoughts on it, but if I were a Poncho, I'd probably say something like, "Yeah, this is the coolest shit ever. It's making SH Figuarts a complete set of chumps. They should probably not even try after this. My bag is pretty much full with this. I do not need anything from SH Figuarts. Furthermore, if there are great third-party companies like Tonsen Arttoys and Kong and Beast Deities on the market, SH Figuarts, Dragon Ball Z can pretty much close shop after this.
Yeah, that's pretty spot on what P would say.
Yeah. Here's
So yeah,
version. So there's
that-
multiple versions of it. I guess that other one. What is the difference?
Wait, is it multiple version or is this all one offering?
So this is version A, and this is version B.
Really?
Maybe this just comes with more effects.
Yeah. Well, I think one comes with more accessories. Or maybe they're totally different head sculpt. Well, I don't know what's going on.
I need the side by side pics. What's up, Lago? Hang on, I'll get them up. Let me see. I truly actually need the side by side pics. 1 sec. Stand by for Exciter.
Yeah, I'm excited to see Bandai like immediately fast track theirs because they've seen this shit.
You know what's
I don't
happening.
know. Oh yeah, they'll fast track it immediately.
Here we go. Almost.
There we go. Hang on. Okay. It looks
Alright.
like you get the tongue head with this one. I know these are very small.
Tongue head.
So tongue head.
Tongue head.
It's actually a lot of different head sculpts that are different. They're actually
not really. They just rearranged.
Are they?
The difference is the that middle kind of upper square with the effect part. Yeah, with the effect parts. There's a
I
little.
feel like this one comes with more. Maybe it is just rearranged, but this has 12 hands. This one has also 12 hands.
All 12 hands.
Yeah, this one comes with like the orb and this. They both still have the weird stretchy cloud. I feel like maybe the colors are different too. Oh yeah, the colors are totally different. This one is more like flat yellow. This one is more of a metallic gold.
Gold,
Hunter somewhere screaming in the ether like they don't even realize the difference.
Yeah,
well, that seems really insignificant to have made 2 versions of this.
I think
so
it's kind
close.
of brilliant. I think double up.
Double up.
Yeah.
All right.
I guess they are just arranged differently, but some of them look pretty different. Like this one
What else
definitely.
What else has Tonsen Toys put out?
They've been primarily head sculpts. So this is like their first foray into like full figures, I believe.
A full figure. Interesting.
Yeah.
An interesting choice for the first dive into this.
And then according to Plevo, thank you, Plevo. Oh, I see. B also has like the more mitten hands, and A has like the spread fingers.
You do be spreading them fingers.
Yeah, they're like separated. Oh, that's very interesting. What a choice.
And that kind of sucks. So you basically need both to like.
You kind
have
of
a
need
complete
both,
version,
yeah.
right?
If you're a fan, if you're a real fan, at least.
This is for real Wonka fans only.
Yeah, absolutely.
Strictly for my Wonka fans.
Interesting for sure. Yeah, that's really cool. So if you need if you're malevolent in an adolescent fashion, that's going to be a must get for both. But then there's also this one, the Cunning Devourer.
A cunning devourer.
Yeah.
Old long torso himself.
Mm-hmm.
There he
Oh,
is.
Ahsoka head.
You know, so Ahsoka head. This guy is not as fun looking as his smaller counterpart.
Yeah.
I think the
definitely
Kid Buu
got the malevolent part down, but
Oh,
the
yeah, this guy's
adolescence
malevolent.
is sorely missing.
He's malevolent, 100%, and he looks like he devours things. If I'm being honest.
Cunningly, in a cunning fashion.
In a cunning fashion, yeah.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Quite
Speaking of cunning devourers, speaking of someone you might even describe as a cunning linguist because of his tongue, it's a Venom from Hot Toys, from Spider-Man.
Shout out to this figure becoming a meme outside of the toy world.
Yeah.
There's like a picture of him, and it like shows his size, and Hot Toys put like, take in blank inches of Venom.
Yeah, 21 inches of Venom. But that's already like they know what they're doing because they're building on the meme of the pre-order bonus statue for like the deluxe edition of the game. That's like a 19-inch statue. So everybody's like, "Oh fuck, I got to make room for 19 inches of Venom," you know?
They're selling it, man. This thing
Yeah.
looks crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, but I heard it's not Eddie Brock as Venom in this game, so I don't care.
Really?
When I first saw this, I didn't even think it was Hot Toys. I thought it was a third party.
And you know
Well,
what?
it's
And you know what
called
these guys have? They have
called
payment
Venom, not
option.
the Poison.
The poison.
I
The poison.
I don't. When I first saw it and I thought it was third party, I thought that because I didn't think that it looked that great, honestly.
Jesus Christ! Look at that! Look at that guy holding him.
Dude, his
Yeah,
hand
it
looks
My
tiny next to this.
It looks dope
Yeah,
right
his
here, though.
hands look real
Don't get
baggy.
me wrong, but I was surprised that it wasn't more. I don't know. It seemed not as articulated as I would have expected. I think a lot of people were just like, taken aback or excited about the sheer size of the figure. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I think,
look on.
yeah,
Look at
at that size,
Look at him. Look
it
at him
is
right there.
gonna
next to
not be as movable as you might think.
It looks
there's him right
very.
next to a 12-inch figure.
Honestly, but in the game and just from what we've seen so far, he's like still, for his size, still like super agile and super like, hunched over and flexible and all that. So
Yeah.
I don't know that you're gonna be able to get all of that with this, especially.
It
I
looks-
feel like
it
the
looks
joints,
dated.
other than at the crotch and at the shoulders, it feels like the bends at the elbows and knees are seamless.
It looks dated to me, man. Like it doesn't even look modern. It doesn't look like the best Hot Toys could do for something this size. I don't know.
Christopher Miller, the dude holding the figure, looks like a doll himself. Yeah, this.
He really does. He really
Shout out to
does.
Jason. Shout out to Jason.
I
S.
kept
saying, "Hot
looking
Toys
at him and I
smallest
was like,
employee."
"Is this a mannequin?"
Is that Jason S saying, is that Hot Toys' smallest employee? No, I think it's PlayStation's.
Yeah, that is hilarious. Got baby hands.
Yeah, those-
And then we have Rabbit Hammer saying that it looks like it's as articulated as the movie Venom. So I guess we could watch a review for that. Like,
yeah, and it is seamless joints. Yeah, that's what I figured.
Yeah. Yeah, after the debacle with 2099, you think they're gonna do non-seamless joints?
Yeah, but it's not the exact same story as the comics I grew up with, just in a video game. It's their own kind of original take on these characters, so I'm out. I think it's stupid.
Yeah.
I want the same exact media regurgitated to me over and over, and it should never change.
Oh, Fabio, can I ask you something?
What?
How do you do this? How do you do it with games when they're like essentially cartoons you control?
Man, I'm already pissed I had to go see a metal show and I was subjected to cartoons, but you know what?
You were? Would you watch the Gorillas?
Metalocalypse.
Oh, Metalocalypse. That makes sense.
Yeah. But
Kyle
you know
was
what?
patting you on the back,
It's-
telling you it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay, man.
yeah, it's all right, man. Hatred Copter's next. I'm like, all right, okay.
You got me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in.
I just closed my eyes. If I just do this, I literally cannot see forward anyway, so it's fine.
Damn, Ebony Leopard says the guy who hasn't seen Across the Spider-Verse. Boo!
That's what I'm saying.
Damn. Roast this man. Ebony.
Rabbit Hammer also knows the Duncan Hills coffee jingle. Do you folks like coffee? That's the best. That's the best fucking 30-second metal song. Like 1 minute
Oh
metal
my
song.
God.
Real coffee from the hills of Colombia. So good.
Jesus Christ.
It's a great song. It's almost as good as, you know what? I would even say it's somehow a better coffee jingle than that Paul Stanley Folgers commercial.
Oh, don't you dare say that. That's a
I
classic.
don't, I'm a PS guy like anybody else, like anybody watching this particular segment thinking we're talking about PlayStation, and I'm talking about Paul Stanley of Kiss. I understand the confusion. I'm a big PS guy myself, but Duncan Hills coffee jingle takes it. Anyway, this Venom looks crazy good. The game is out, by the way. Like, I think it just came out like
Last night, I
last
believe.
night. Yeah, people should be playing it like right now. So if you're here,
Is it open yet?
I will not be playing it. I do not have PS, and I think they have it for PC. But honestly, I don't care to play it. But I did see the story recap, and I'm curious to see the story recap for this game I saw the story recaps for the other 2 games, so I'm definitely interested in seeing where the story of this goes. If only to get mad about that's not exactly like in the comics and it's their own version and not a direct scene by scene adaptation, practically a shot for shot remake.
Practically a shot for shot remake. I sent you the picture of the guy everybody's saying is this Gangrene Man.
Oh, I think I have seen this. I don't think it is, but I'll pull it up anyway. Anyway, who's getting 21 inches of Venom? You making room for that? You're gonna be guzzling 21 inches of Venom?
If you already made room for 19, you could make room for 24.
Yeah, you know, what's the diff?
Ain't that some shit?
Rabbit Hammer says, after a non-makeup Paul Stanley telling me to lick it up, I've never been the same.
Oh, no.
Bro, the Tears Are Falling music video is the most... I'm going to say, to keep it light, I'm going to say it's the most 80s music video of all time. It's ridiculous. Also in the makeupless years. One quick hit here from NECA. This past New York Comic Con, they had the Phantom of the Opera glow-in-the-dark figure, and they just announced that the final figure in the Universal Monsters, kind of like Remco homage glow-in-the-dark figures, is Bela Lugosi Dracula.
Dracula.
It's going to be...
your blood.
Yeah, that's him. He's going to be a NECA store exclusive, the final glow-in-the-dark Remco guy. It was a crazy vinyl cape.
My God.
This was just announced.
I've not bought any of them, but
it's a wild face that he's making on the card there.
Right. Let me see. Yeah. Yep. That's him.
Yeah. He smelled something gnarly, brother.
Crazy.
And then this was a cool little third-party thing. How about from Fury Toys, Demon Kings at Lion Camel Ridge, Azure Lion.
All right.
As you remember him.
This is all tied into Journey. Well, they were saying last night this is all tied into Journey of the West, right? And this is a stone version, by the way. That's not a artist proof.
Oh, I see.
That's
so you could have it as like a statue. That's kind of cool, actually. You can just get a couple of these dotting your temple diorama.
Yeah, just artist proof version. Limited to 1,000 pieces. You could find it at GameStop.
And you'll know it's premium because it's got a platinum sticker on it.
Premium. It has a special card on it. It's collectible. Yeah. Put it in the sleeve.
You know what? We should just talk about McFarlane.
Oh my God.
No.
Somewhere Poncho screaming in the distance.
No. This looks cool though. I do like that they're continuing all of these like crazy like animal figures, and they're very like, you know, tied into their like Eastern media or their, you know, their folklore and all that. So I think that's super cool. What an interesting niche to have been hitting, and hitting it so well, actually. I guess we can mention one quick thing from McFarlane because it was making the rounds, and I actually think they're doing a good job of showing these. The Batman and Robin Build-A-Figure wave for the Mr. Freeze, you know, from the Joel Schumacher movie, November 8th, coming up very soon. Yeah. And look at this, the commercial they did for it, a little ad. It's like in the movie.
They got the nipples in the ass. Where's the credit card?
Oh, that's not from the suit up sequence.
That's true.
This is hilarious.
Yeah, the fact that they went out of their way to do it is pretty funny.
Yeah. So this is coming soon.
Wow, that's crazy. They literally just turned the figures around. They didn't have to pay any like real animator to do anything.
No, and I think even in the points where like you see the hand come up to like adjust it, I bet that's just like a whole separate other figure, and they just put the hand in front there. Look at that.
Incredible.
Speaking of animators,
like there's no way that's the hand from the figure. It's another probably separate arm just put right in there.
I forgot to mention,
it's great.
When I was talking about the meet and greet that I got a chance to meet up with DGDX Animation. He wasn't at the meet and greet, but we hung out the day before. Him and Mike Fleck were hanging out, and then we met up with
nice.
two of them.
Fleck
yeah. Yeah.
Mike Fleckenson.
Shout out to DX Animation. Shout out to Mike too. Happy birthday.
Something you skipped.
Okay.
Something you skipped, by the way, Fabio.
What?
You skipped the Winter Soldier.
Yeah. The
Remember
Revoltech
that?
Winter Soldier.
Oh, did I?
Come on, he's
thought I
under
saw- Oh,
Boo.
here it is. Yeah.
I
Look at
didn't
that
hear
guy.
a lot. I didn't really see a lot of people talking about this, but yeah.
No, I'm finding out about it right now.
Look at that.
Yep.
He looks so good. Metal arm is looking metal. I like it.
Mhm.
Can't wait.
Interesting that they went with like the movie design,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is
which is
interesting.
similar, yeah, for sure. But it has the COVID mask instead of the domino mask.
Correct.
I like this.
I wonder
I
if
like this one better than with the glasses.
when we see the full array of accessories, I wouldn't be surprised if they have the comic look as well.
Look, even the hair is like a separate piece there. There's a big cut right there.
Yeah.
This is Sebastian's hair.
Yeah. Damn, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, can't wait for the gallery to show up. They also, you don't need to bring up anything, but Superman, Mafex went up for order again on Big Bad Toy Store.
Oh yeah.
It hasn't gone up. I don't think it's gone up yet on AmiAmi or anything, but it should.
And Boog, you were saying you were getting the Sentinel Gwen. Apparently, somebody in the chat was saying that they're re-releasing her, and it's on Entertainment Earth for $120. So do that instead.
Really? Okay, that makes sense. I will definitely take a look at that and just get it through $40 cheaper. Sounds good to me.
Yeah. And I guess, yeah, Cap Lives is right. The Amazing Yamaguchi Black Panther is also very MCU inspired.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Okay. From what else? From Lago over here.
Lago?
Did we talk about the new Dragon Ball thing?
I don't think we
No,
talked
the
about that
Vegeta?
Spider-Man figure.
Which
one?
Spider-Man figure? Oh, this one.
Phil Spider-Man.
No,
These
that
are
one too. I was talking about the other one, the kind of classic looking suit.
Oh, this one.
the movie one.
Stitch figure
Final
arts.
suit. Final swing.
Did we talk about that?
No.
Yeah, before. Not these pictures, but we've talked about it like previously.
Okay.
Like other pictures. But this was at New York Comic Con, right? How did it look in person, Book?
I like how this has come to be known as the final swing suit, because every Spider-Man movie needs a good final swing outro sequence,
Yeah.
right?
He's a
That
swinger.
really is what this is.
He puts pineapples when he goes on cruises because he's a swinger.
Nice. But just one more time. After this, he's done.
After this time
Final
is done,
swing.
the wife said this is the last time.
This was. Oh, we should talk about how Super 7 also showed the Mothership, and it's up now because that was also at New York. The Cobra Mothership for 3 3/4 inches.
Oh yeah. This was the big thing we needed to talk about. Speaking of crowd funds,
Yeah.
man, this thing is really fucking expensive. Huh?
It is how much? 500?
Yep. $100 shipping.
Oh,
It's like 5 something.
Is that flat rate, brother?
I think it's flat for like everywhere. It's 500, I think. I mean, this thing is the size of like a tire or like a snow disc, whatever the hell they call it.
It's like a wakeboard.
Yeah, I'm from the West Coast, man.
Not a
Give me
wakeboard.
break.
Yeah, is it? Not a wakeboard. Skimboard. It's a skimboard.
Yeah, this
I
thing is
should know
huge,
that. I live in a
so-
beach town. Yeah, $495.
Look at this thing.
It looks like it needs 4K backers to go into production. There's an early bird going on right now that ends in 2 days.
What's
which
it at
will
right
net
now?
You these parachutes. You get 2 of them. You might call them a pair of shoots. Oh God. Oh Jesus. You should back them if you really want this thing.
What's it at right now? And what's
It's
the
at
what's the minimum?
$12.50.
1250. What's the minimum? 4,000.
4,000. Yeah, and
That's not doing too bad then. Everybody was
no,
acting
it's still got 52 days left. So this was basically
The
up for
first-
like 2 months.
at New York Comic Con, like that weekend. This thing was doing really shit, and people were ready to stone poor Kyle Wadiga. over this thing because we all know Kyle owns and operates Super 7 himself.
Right.
Right.
But 1,200, that's pretty respectable. This thing's got like 2 months. I'm sure it'll get to the 4,000. I don't know about that early
the
bird.
Thunder Lair was what, 650, so 750 total or something like that, and it pumped through at the very end. It didn't hit the last goal, but arguably the last goal was kind of the least desirable because it was just a translucent lino. It got the goals that the stretch goals that mattered, which were the lab set and the extra like Sword of Omens and different claw shield things. So I think it's a good amount of time, and it's got paying for. So
there you go.
Wow, look at that.
It's
wow,
got
the final
shop
tier is
pay,
only
baby.
7K. That's crazy.
Shop pay this thing, buddy.
Shop pay, do $44.68 a month. Come on, man, that's easy.
Well, they want low tier amounts with a high price per unit. So I guess that's how they're trying to rock this. That's surprising though that the top goal is only 7K.
Yeah.
This thing is not for anybody here on the panel, but
no. And the big sort of thing coming out of this too is that it is for reaction. It's 3 3/4 inch size, so it is technically for reaction, but they're also including an O-ring figure with it. So this is almost like an extra HasLab, because if you got like the big jet, whatever that they did from HasLab, that was also an O-ring HasLab technically. And they're also doing O-ring for this on top of everything else.
Not to mention that if you really wanted to just get this and use it with your old school 3/4 inch, not even old school, like the 25th anniversary or 30th anniversary or whatever the fuck you
totally
could,
Yeah. It works for the vintage stuff, for the newer, for any Joes at 3 3/4, and they're adding to that collection with some O-ring of their own. So that's cool. And it's huge. It's not just a vehicle. It's like a play set. It's a straight up like play set. Wade Hallison is so right. Someone that complained that Giant Man took up too much space is definitely back in this. At least one person out there who's like, I don't got space for a Giant Man. But this.
Yeah, I heard a lot of people saying that they shouldn't have made this thing, that they should have done other things from G.I. Joe, but I don't know. Super 7 makes different decisions. I mean, look at their Simpsons line.
Yeah.
They make oddball decisions. That's just how they are.
For better or worse, I would say this is for better. This is the second biggest G.I. Joe vehicle ever, next to the USS flag.
Yeah, this thing is really impressive looking. I just have no need,
none
space,
whatsoever,
obviously, or I don't collect the scale. But it's cool for those who do. And they're switching to different style figures now. They're switching to non 5-point style. They're switching to, I think they call them O-ring.
Well, O-ring is the vintage style figures.
Yeah, they're switching to like vintage style instead of the react, because the other ones were all reaction 5-point. And those.
This is still technically reaction. It is still coming with reaction figures. It was displayed with the reaction figures, but as a kind of special treat, they're also doing an O-ring.
I thought they announced that they're going to start switching to O-ring. I thought.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Kyle, where are you, Kyle?
Maybe KJ actually in the chat might know, but KJ, come on, I don't want to hear those excuses. You need a house for this in the Midwest or the dirty South? No, you just got to be a big enough G.I. Joe fan.
No, this shit is crazy. It's I think it's a little bit larger in like circumference than the Ghost, maybe. Don't quote me on that. I mean, I looked at it for quite a few minutes. It might be the same size as the Ghost. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Mario's confirming. Rick is right. They got the license to do O-ring.
Oh. I knew I could count on Mario. From day one, I knew I could count on that guy. He's got my back 100%.
Well,
shout out to Mario, who put up his stance today, and they immediately sold out. What a guy, this Mario, 796 Studios.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to him and his
He's
stance.
a great dancer, too. My God, I loved him and You Got Served.
Oh, man.
Sorry,
the amount of times I've watched that movie make you sick.
I'm thinking of Omarion. Sorry.
Omarion?
Yeah, Omarion. Love that guy.
Black King is like a classified Cobra mothership is the size of a Chevy Cavalier.
Yeah. Bro, you're talking
Oh,
about a fucking you be commuting to work in a 1/12 scale classified Cobra mothership.
Well, not just that. Like, imagine if they did Ultimates vehicles, they'd be fucking humongous. Those Ultimates
Yeah,
are like
they
7.5
already kind of have
seven
for,
and a-
like, well, I mean, Thunder Tank is the obvious one, but how about all the He-Man vehicles that technically, were done on the Mattel side, but still, in the Super 7-inch scale.
Well, I'm saying like that. I forget the name of that fucking jet that's like really iconic with GI Joe. But could you imagine that in Ultimate scale? Jesus Christ,
Bro, we're literally walking through this thing. Like, if they don't put they ought to put this thing up as a
why does that guy look like he's taking a shit? It looks like he's taking a dump.
Bro, I need to watch this in VR. I want to live inside of this mothership. Oh my god.
Didn't Poncho just buy one? Didn't Poncho just buy one of those? Poncho, put it on and watch
Poncho,
this
can
video,
you view this on your Quest 3?
Yeah, Poncho, put this on Quest 3. Come on. Oh, there's the Trouble Bubs.
Yeah.
Sky Striker. There we go, Ebony Leopard. Sky Striker.
Trumpy Bubbies.
An
Yeah, Sky
ultimate-
Striker.
An Ultimate scale Sky Striker would be unreal. They'd have to make something they'd have to make something that like Hasbro doesn't plan on doing. So maybe they wouldn't even do that. Maybe they'd go obscure for Ultimates if they did that too.
This was
Maybe
probably
this,
the
huh?
thing. Yeah. Because they have done the Sky Striker as a HasLab, and that was an O-ring intended one. So
Nightwalker, you're absolutely right. Omarion is related in some way to Batman from Immature/IMX, the youthful R&B group, who was also Roger from Sister Sister.
no way.
Yeah.
Isn't
he would
that Mark Houston?
Marcus Houston, baby.
Marcus Houston, that's right.
We're talking about Marcus Houston himself.
Wait,
Daddy
Snowcat
O.
pointing out a key detail here. What's the fake weathering? Is it on this view or on the outside?
Wait, which part, Snowcat? Which part does it look like? It's like fake weathered. Kyle, what's going on here?
Maybe it's real weathering. Oh, I see. It's like there, like that.
Look at that.
It's kind of cool.
What's going on here? Huh? We already got water damage?
Well, you do have to apply the decals yourself, so.
Somebody took this 3D render into the bath with them, didn't dry it properly, and now it has those scum stains.
I love how in the brig or the little jail thing here, there's just a Hail Cobra propaganda poster.
They're just making this dude take a shit with a poster in his face. I love it.
Yeah. Well, Poncho, we're still on this because we're trying to wait for you to view it on your Quest 3. Come on, man.
How the hell are
all
we on this?
right.
We have to talk about it, Poncho. It's big news. Ever heard of it?
We need to see
Big
the rest of the goals too. So the early bird, if it hits 4,000 by October 22nd, you get a pair of shoots.
Parachutes.
It's even funnier the second time. Tier 1 is at 5,000, and it's stickers. Oh, and some extra turrets. Oh, it's an extra sticker sheet. So you're already getting sticker sheets.
But
here's-
double it.
We've had a 1 sticker sheet, yes, but what about second sticker sheets?
Double it and give it to the next person.
Tier 2, 6,000. A couple of trubby bubbies.
Wow. Wow. See, these are free.
Yeah. And
They're
then
practically free.
more Cobra Viper Gunners. Oh, but they're commanders
Gunning,
this
baby.
time. And O-ring.
Ooh.
Get a reaction and an O-ring.
Like that. Next level,
cool.
baby. Yeah.
And then
None of
there's
us- none of us
also
care about this.
some packs of. Oh yeah, you're right. There's an O-ring 5-pack of. So I guess it's only an add-on. Do you have to have backed the mothership to get this too? I think you can probably just
No
get
idea.
it solo.
If it doesn't specify, I'm sure you can just get it solo.
Yeah.
See, me and Mario would never steer you wrong.
No. I didn't
Come on,
think
man.
so. You might lead me down a dark alley and get my ass whipped by some superior dancers, but that's
There you go.
that's different. O-ring means that it has like the little rubber band at the crotch for the articulation, like how the
Yep.
old school vintage figures were. Pleatho.
It's because it's better. It sounds nicer to call them O-rings than to call them rubber bands.
Yeah.
Oh, he says you
Oh.
have to back the mothership, and it has to fund in order to get the 5-packs. That is
Oh.
crazy.
Yeah, that is a little much.
Yeah, no wonder you
But
moved to the.
I
Dual
guess
South
it's
for this.
better than locking it behind. I guess you are kind of locking it behind. I guess it's better than
Yeah.
raising the price of it to also include the 5-packs of these guys. But
Said it
that's
should
how
be
you
still
would be
loaded.
filling. That's how you fill all those seats. That's how you put butts in all these seats that it comes with.
There you go. That's how you get.
Anyway,
the
that's
stick with the hand.
that's what's going on with the Soupy Sevies. I believe that might actually be it for news.
Yeah,
What was
we're
that
done.
Goldar right there? Is that new?
No, that's
Oh, okay.
the con exclusives from New York Comic Con are up on the Super 7 website too, so you can get the
George.
glow in the dark Radiation Ranger, the blue robe Prince John, or
Prince John.
the Heat Ray Godzilla.
He's heating. He's heating up.
He's heating
Baby.
good tonight. Godzilla.
Michael
All right.
Keaton.
Well, that's it for regular news. Just a friendly reminder: our month-long event, OcTOYber, is still running. We have 11 days left. Yes,
Yeah.
or 10.
After today, it'll be 10.
I don't know how to do math.
So this was our month-long October event. 31 days in October, 31 themes for OcTOYber. It has been phenomenal thus far. Everybody has really been doing their thing that has been participating. OcTOYber has even gotten all of us to participate, so that's been cool. But, I've been seeing a lot of great photography come out of the event. This is pretty much a warm-up for us to get back into tournament shape and tournament mode. So we will be launching our other annual events as well after OcTOYber. So, I'm really excited to get into some of those things. But again, 11 more days here. Tomorrow, the 21st, is going to be Rebirth. All right. You are to interpret these themes as you see fit. They can be taken literally, or you can think outside the box and try to have a little fun with it. But yeah, they don't have to be interpreted literally,
That's not fun.
Yeah, have fun with it, man.
Yeah, just have a good time. Just have fun with it for sure.
Perfect timing, man. We're about to be at the top of the hour.
Yeah.
Top of the hour here. P, if you're around and you want to pop in for a hot second, if you can. But if
Say
not,
goodbye.
yeah,
Goodbye,
you could
Poncho.
get us out of here. Like I said, I was asking you guys if there was anything else you were watching, but you guys said the Boys spinoff, which is called
Gen V.
Yeah, we did the what we're watching in the beginning of this.
Yeah.
Gen V. All right, so
Yeah.
Gen V is great. Loki is good.
Loki.
Netflix original movie Reptile was pretty good. I saw that. So you got 3 things you could watch. 2 things that are kind of comic related though.
Not kind of. They are.
They are. Yeah.
And go back and watch Boog's interview with the Hasbro Marvel Legends brand team as well.
Yeah, a couple of
when
nice
are you gonna put up the
nuggets
outtake?
in there.
When are you gonna put up the outtake, man? With the kid. With the kid, huh?
Little nuggets in there.
I
Yeah,
think you put it at the end of one of your videos, right? The kid that was fucking Bully Maguire in the background there.
Yeah,
correct. He had his own little radio in his pocket, and that was the second time in the interview that somebody just kind of interrupted and shit. So I got a little pissed off, but it was still funny.
Right, dude. The lack of awareness on that dude. Like, there's a camera pointed his direction. There's people speaking.
He's in his own world, man.
Dude,
he's in his own world.
I mean, I get it. He really was just in full gimmick as Bully Maguire. He didn't give a fuck. He was catcalling girls. He was interrupting jazz lounge singers.
He is forever immortalized on the channel now.
Oh man, we gotta find that dude and tag him. I bet he would love that actually.
Yeah, if you know dancing dude from the video, let us know. Let's find his Instagram. Let's tag him.
Make him famous.
Blow this up.
Anyway, I also had I'll say it after we go off, but next time there's a Hasbro Marvel Legends brand team interview that I'm around for, there is a very particular way I would like to direct it, and it would be amazing. but I'll tell you all about it after.
Upside down or what?
Yeah.
Toby
I'm
Maguire.
thinking perfectly symmetrical, like a Wes Anderson film.
There you go.
Yeah. Anyway, OcTOYber. I'm also doing it. Go see my photos on Instagram, Fobster360, YouTube,
He's doing
at
it.
Fobster.
You heard him.
I think I got another review that I'm working on that should be up on my channel, and perhaps one more OcTOYber BTS video, like I did for the Nemo vintage figure. So go subscribe to my YouTube for the love of God.
There's one more super chat that's perfect to read to end off the show from Jason.
True.
He said,
right,
last episode before we're Giant Man owners.
Wow.
Let's go.
Absolutely.
Let's go.
Absolutely. That's
Aussie
the mindset
vibes
I
only,
like,
bro.
baby.
I
That's what I'm
love
talking
the
about.
optimism. I love
Right.
the
We're all
optimism.
about
That's not just a
Giant
positive
Man with
mindset.
us.
That's an alpha. That's a Sigma male grind set right there.
That is an affirmation. That is speaking it into existence. Let's go,
Let
baby.
me tell you something. Have you ever read The Secret?
And speaking of affirmations, affirm. That would be another great pay in 4 method for the HasLabs.
Would
Anyway.
be amazing.
Boog, take us
Listen,
out.
We've been talking about paying for or some type of, layaway system for HasLabs for the entire time that HasLab has been a thing. So
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
if they're not going to do it, then they're just not going to do it. I really do think that's some other corporate shit. Corporate is like, hell no. Give us the money now.
No, we want
pay a cut of this?
They wanted these products direct to consumer. We want the money direct from consumer.
Yeah, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Pay me now, bitch.
Yeah.
But yeah, with that said, again, Artemis Prime's Kickstarter for his Street Humans got an extension to the 5th of November. There will probably be no extensions for the HasLab Giant Man, so that's going to end on Monday at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And after that, we'll have the 1027 event. Again, we'll either be celebrating or sulking, one of the two. And that'll be that. And we will talk to you on Wednesday, which will be the 25th, right?
Yes.
And that means 2 days after that, it'll be the 1027 event. We will have already been charged, most of us, for the Mezco 3-pack. And what else will have happened by then, by Wednesday?
We'll have had brought. That's it.
Really great.
Big chill.
All right. With that said, thanks everybody for hanging out with us this evening. Thank you for all the super chats. We appreciate you. We love you. And we will talk to you on Wednesday. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell down there for notifications. And until next time, peace.
Bye.
All right, fella. We'll catch you around the bend.
Actually, I don't even know if we're really signing out. We are in contact with.
Oh, here we go. Okay. All right. Next time we're all together, I'm gonna be behind the camera on this Hasbro Marvel Legends interview book. We'll just let you, do your questions and everything, and then when you get to your final character selection rattle, those of us behind the camera, we're gonna be wearing suits, sunglasses indoors, earpieces, and we're just gonna look like two goons, carting you off as you the Star Wars.
Wait a minute.
You gotta finish off the New Warriors.
What about Millie's bottle? Millie's a bottle.